The board of management at Wajir High School led both the students and the teachers' fraternity in the launch of the renowned Korr magazine, the Camel Bell, in a well-organized ceremony. The second edition of the magazine was officially inaugurated by the board chair, Mr. Mohammed A. Abdi, with assistance from the board members. The 2023 edition of the Korr magazine is distinct. It has been designed by a reputable graphic and design company based in the city, featuring high-resolution photos, well-edited articles by the school editorial team, and printed on high-quality paper. It sets a new standard for excellence. The magazine was unveiled during the 2024 Form 1 orientation, with the Board of Management spearheading the event. The publication served several purposes. It upholds the school tradition of the literary excellence, empowers the journalism club, enhances the student language proficiency, and fosters writing skills. A survey conducted by ARF Media Limited editorial team affirms Wajir High School status as the leading institution in Asal counties for producing modern school magazines. Speaking to ARF Media, the driving force behind the revival of the Korr magazine, Chief Principal Adan Kasim, also known as AK, shared insights in an exclusive interview from his office, shedding light on the magazine's history and its significance within the school community. He pledged his office's full commitment to publishing the school magazine every 3 years, expressing gratitude to the school board and a well-wisher who facilitated the printing cost for the 2023 Korr magazine.
My name is Adan Kasim, the Chief Principal of Wajir High School. Today, we launched two major activities at our school, together with the board members of Wajir High School, chaired by Engineer Muhammad Ali, and all proud members were present. Student leaders were also present. Students of Form 1 were present. The two major activities we have launched is the inauguration or welcoming of the Form 1s was one. The second one was the launching of the oldest school magazine known as the Korr magazine. The main purpose of today's talk with the media group is to highlight the significance of the launching of the Form 1s. This is a new team that have joined us 2 weeks ago. And these young men are not very familiar with the school. The purpose was to orient them and acquaint them to the school compound, to the departmental heads, and what activities are going on at the school. So it was very successful and colorful. What made it more colorful is the launching of the great second edition magazine of the Korr. Korr is a very famous magazine, started back when this school was started by the pioneers of this school. It is as old as Wajir High School, everybody knows that, and we cannot avoid, or we cannot avoid to make sure the Korr disappears in the thin air. The Korr must be sustained and kept by any management that comes to the school. For some times it was out of circulation, and however in 2018 we had made the first edition, and this under my management and this new board. We made the first edition and we revived the Korr magazine after a long break. Now we are making the second edition after 3 years. The purpose, it was supposed to be an annual magazine, but because of cost implication, we did it 3 years. It is printed after 3 years. The magazine is a very important magazine because it keeps the history of the school. It talks about the academic achievement. It tells about the founders of the magazine and how they founded. If you ask what is Korr, Korr is a Somali word which means the camel bell. The camel bell is tied to the leading camel. So in implication it says Wajir High School leads and others follow. That is when Wajir High School was the only school in Northern Frontier District. It was the first school that was established in Northern Frontier District, and therefore it was the leading school, and therefore it has a history. I wanted to share with my Form 1s that the school today they're in is the only school in Northern Frontier District that has passed through all examination system, including East African Examination Council, the student who did that, and we have their copies of their certificate. Today's launching of the magazine is to remember all our friends who supported us, to tell the world that today Wajir High School has a very strong magazine that has history, and all those students who pass through this Wajir High School have to appreciate that the Korr magazine is still alive. And if they buy one magazine, they will have made the circulation of this magazine successful. It also sells the name of the school, because it clearly tells us our last 5-6 years performance is contained in the magazine. It tells about the principals who led this school. It tells about the history of all boys who performed well. And at this juncture, I want to recognize our brother Unshur, who is the CEO of Bluebird, and who has sponsored the first batch of the 500 copies. We sincerely, on behalf of the school board, appreciate your effort, and may Allah bless your hand. Without talking much, I want to encourage all schools to come up with such a writers club, because I have seen a lot of positive attitude toward writers club in such a magazine. Therefore, our new upcoming schools should encourage to have this type of magazine, because it encourages students to write. You know that English and Kiswahili are major course subjects that are very important in the current system of education. And this method of communication in this magazine is English purely. So it encourages the student to write. Finally, I want to thank the media team who are always with us and come to us and ask us some questions about our progress on what we are doing. My appeal to my new Form 1s, if I go back now to my student Form 1s, my appeal is you have been welcomed to the school by a very strong team of the Board of Management. My appeal is you have to fight hard to perform well. You cannot be in a national school and don't perform. We are in a national school because of, and bear that name, if only we perform well. If we don't perform well, we don't make a difference with other schools. So my dear boys, mine is to encourage you to take all challenges aside and ensure that you perform well in all your day-to-day academic activities. We have come up with a new system of managing the student. One of them is to involve them in co-curriculum during the free hours. We have also come up with a new system of remedial classes, whereby students are engaged in classes during the free hours. Our parents can come and see how learning is going on. They are free to see. Therefore, with that, I want to say sincerely thank you very much, and appreciate all our viewers, and appeal to them to buy a copy of the Korr magazine. By buying a copy of Korr magazine, you have built Wajir High School, and you have developed the circulation of such an important magazine. Visit us and pick one copy. All boys, welcome.